Victoria Hale wasn't used to being doubted, or deceived. At 36, she was one of the youngest self-made billionaires in New York. Her company's skyscraper pierced the skyline, a monument to her late father's empire, now run with precision, profit, and very little mercy. But lately, something inside her had cracked. The world saw a woman of steel, the power suits, the immaculate hair, the ice-cold decisions. Yet behind the glass walls of her success, loneliness gnawed at her like rust. Her father's death had left her surrounded by vultures, people who smiled when she walked in but whispered when she left. And then there was Ethan Cole. He never said much. Worked nights. Always polite. Always punctual. There was something odd about him, he didn't seem afraid of her. He treated her not like a CEO, but like a human being. And that unsettled her. 2 days ago, she overheard her assistant say, "That janitor, Ethan, he fixed the elevator controls himself when the engineer didn't show. Didn't even ask for overtime. Said, some things you do because it's right." Victoria had scoffed. Nobody does anything without wanting something in return. But the thought lingered. That night, staring at her reflection in the black windowpane, she decided to prove it. She would test him. And so, tonight, she stayed late in the office, changed into casual clothes, and stretched out on the sofa. When she heard the soft rattle of the janitor's cart, she closed her eyes and waited. Ethan entered quietly. He paused when he saw her, lying still under the glow of the desk lamp. For a long moment, he said nothing. Then, instead of sneaking away, or doing anything suspicious, he quietly turned off the overhead lights so the glare wouldn't bother her. He moved around the room, cleaning softly. When he reached the edge of the couch, his gaze fell on the blanket draped over the armrest. Victoria felt her heart race. Would he dare touch it? Instead, he gently lifted the blanket and placed it over her shoulders. Her throat tightened. He thought she was asleep. He didn't know she was watching. Then he did something that shattered her composure completely. He looked at her and whispered, almost to himself. "You remind me of my wife when she worked too hard. Rest while you can, ma'am." Her chest constricted. She wanted to open her eyes, to speak, but she couldn't. He returned to his cleaning, humming softly, an old tune that stirred memories she thought she'd buried with her father. As he worked, she noticed the limp in his left leg. The slow, careful movements. And the way he paused near her father's portrait, nodding quietly before continuing. When the elevator dinged and a security guard called out, "Hey, Cole, you coming?" Ethan replied, "5 more minutes, Frank. Miss Hale's still here. Don't want to make noise while she's resting." Her eyes burned. She hadn't felt this strange warmth, this ache of gratitude, for years. But when Ethan packed up his cart and started to leave, something slid from his pocket, a small photograph. It landed face up near her shoe. She barely caught a glimpse, a woman and a little girl, both smiling in front of a small, old house. Ethan didn't notice. He just sighed, whispered, "Good night, Miss Hale," and walked out. Victoria picked up the photo and stared at it, heart pounding. On the back were the words, "For Daddy, come home soon. Love, Lily." She knew that name. The HR files. His daughter, 8 years old. His wife, deceased. The janitor who refused promotions because he needed night shifts to be there for his kid in the morning. The next day, she called HR. But what she discovered left her silent for minutes. Ethan Cole was once a mechanical engineer. He'd worked for Hale Industries 12 years ago, under her father's mentorship. But after a fire destroyed his home, and his wife died saving their daughter, he'd taken the janitor job to stay near the company that once gave him hope. He never asked for sympathy. Never took charity. Just worked, day after day. And somehow, she'd never noticed him. Until now. Chapter 2, the revelation. That evening, Victoria couldn't concentrate. The board meeting dragged on, her assistant kept asking questions, but her mind replayed Ethan's gentle whisper, "You remind me of my wife when she worked too hard." By 10 p.m., she made up her mind. She'd do something she'd never done before, go see him where he worked. Down in the dimly lit maintenance floor, she found Ethan mopping the hallway, earbuds in, humming the same tune. "Mr. Cole," she said softly. He turned, startled. "Miss Hale? Sorry about last night. I didn't know you were there." Her lips curved slightly. "You handled yourself better than most people I know." He chuckled awkwardly. "Just doing my job, ma'am." "That's what everyone says," she replied. "But not everyone means it." They stood in silence for a moment before she handed him the photograph. "You dropped this." His eyes widened, and he took it gently. "Thank you. I thought I lost it." "She's beautiful," Victoria said. "Your daughter?" "Yeah. Lily. She's my whole world." The way he said it, simple, honest, made something inside her shift. She hesitated, then asked, "Why stay here, Ethan? With your background, you could easily work elsewhere. Better pay. Better hours." He smiled faintly. "Maybe. But Hale Industries gave me my first chance. Your father, he believed in me when no one else did. After the fire, I wanted to repay that, in my own way. So I stayed. Kept things running. Quietly." Victoria's throat tightened again. "My father would have been proud of that." Ethan's eyes softened. "He was a good man. I'm sorry for your loss." Those words hit her deeper than she expected. People had said those words before, but when Ethan said them, it didn't sound like a formality. It sounded like understanding. Something broke loose inside her. "I thought everyone around me just wanted something from me. But last night, you covered me with a blanket. You thought I was asleep." He looked embarrassed. "Didn't mean anything by it, ma'am. Just, didn't want you catching a chill." She smiled sadly. "You have no idea how long it's been since someone did something kind for me without expecting anything back." Ethan shifted, uneasy. "Well, kindness doesn't cost much." "No," she said quietly. "But it's priceless when it's real." The twist. A week later, the company gathered in the Grand Hall for an unexpected announcement. Employees whispered when Victoria walked in, not in her usual sharp suit but a simple gray dress, her expression calm and warm. She took the podium. "Many of you know my father built this company not just on innovation, but on integrity. Somewhere along the line, I forgot that." She glanced toward the back of the room, where Ethan stood, trying to blend in with the custodial staff. "This week, someone reminded me what true loyalty looks like. His name is Ethan Cole." Gasps rippled through the crowd. Ethan's mop froze midair. "Mr. Cole has been part of Hale Industries for 12 years. He's fixed more than machines, he's kept this place alive with quiet decency. Starting today, he'll be leading our new community outreach program. His salary will reflect his true worth." Ethan shook his head, stunned. "Miss Hale, I don't deserve." "You earned it," she interrupted, her voice trembling slightly. "And, thank you. For reminding me that power means nothing without compassion." Tears welled in her eyes, but she didn't look away. The room erupted in applause. Epilogue, full circle. Later that night, Victoria walked to her office window. The city shimmered below. Behind her, Ethan knocked softly on the door. "Miss Hale," he said. "Lily wanted me to give you this." He handed her a crayon drawing, a stick figure woman in a gray dress standing beside a smiling little girl. Above them, written in pink, "Thank you for helping my dad shine again."